Welcome to our YouTube channel students, e-learning hub by Udgam Welfare Foundation. Students, in this video series we are going to discuss about the case studies on polynomial chapter. These case studies are going to help you whether you are into a CBSE or whether you are in ICSE board exam. This is also going to help you in enhancing your mathematical skill related to the chapter polynomial. If you want to attempt our online test series on different chapters for grade 10, then these series are available free of cost at our website, which is udgamwelfarefoundation.com, and I am going to provide you the link in the description box. So let's start our first case study on polynomials. Student, this is our first case study, which states Rohit, a class 10 student from a CBSE school, is exploring polynomials during his summer project. He is particularly fascinated by how polynomials behave graphically and algebraically. As a part of his research, he plotted several quadratic polynomials using a graphing software and observed that the points where the graphs intersect the x-axis are known as the zeros of the polynomial. He also noted that a polynomial of degree n can have at most n real zeros. Curious to test this idea further, he stated analyzing the number and the nature of zeros for different quadratic polynomial, including cases where no real zeros exist. He began documenting how the coefficient influence the number of real zeros and their signs. Help Rohit answer the following question. So on the basis of this case study, we are going to discuss few MCQs which will be 5 in number as per the board standard. Let's get started and try to solve our first MCQ. So student, this is our first MCQ on polynomial and this particular case study. How many zeros does the polynomial x square minus 5x plus 6 have? As we know that the degree of the polynomial states the zeros of the polynomial. Here the degree is 2 here, as x is containing the power 2. Therefore we can say that this polynomial we have zeros which will be 2 in numbers. So option number B is the correct answer here. Very simple. As this is a quadratic equation, therefore it must be having 2 zeros. Now let's move towards question number 2. So student, this is our question number 2. Which of the following polynomials has only 1 zero? So here we can simply check the degrees are 2, but important part is, do we have the same zeros here? How we can check? Here we have a formula which is a plus b whole square, right? A plus b whole square is what? A square plus b square plus 2ab. So here we have x plus 1 whole square, which is what? X square plus 2x plus 1, right? So this implies that this quadratic equation will be having only 1 zero, which is x equal to minus 1. So all the roots are equal here. Very simple and quite interesting. So you have to memorize these concepts, how to use completing the square method like we have done here, and also you should memorize the algebraic identities like a plus b whole square or a plus b whole cube, etc. Now students, let's move toward question number 3. Question number 3 is, what are the zeros of the polynomial fx equal to x square plus 4x plus 3? Now one method is, you can simply substitute the values of the options, but we are not going to do that. We are trying to solve this by splitting the middle term. Here we have x square plus 4x plus 3. Now we have to split it in the way that its sum or subtraction will be 4x and the product will be 3 into 1. 1 is what? 1 is the coefficient of x square. So if we split it this way, x square plus 3x plus 1x plus 3, right? So the sum is 4x and the product is 3 into x square. Very simple. So here we are going to pair these and these. So here we can take x as common. So x plus 3 plus 1 here, x plus 3 again. So it is going to give you x plus 3 into x plus 1. So this implies your two zeros are minus 3 and minus 1. Minus 3 from here and minus 1 from here. Very simple. So let's check our answer. So minus 1 and minus 3. We have minus 1 and minus 3. Here we have two options basically. Maybe some typo error here. So minus 1 and minus 3, you can write it A. Option number A is the correct answer here. Very simple. Now let's move towards question number 4. So student, this is our question number 4. Which of the following polynomials has no real zeros? That is important. As we know that any polynomial or any quadratic equation has no real zeros if b square minus 4ac is less than 0. Very simple. That is your discriminant, capital D. So here what is b, a and c? So a is the coefficient of x square and b is the coefficient of x, and c is equal to your constant in the given equation. So here we have a1 in every case obviously, but we have to check whether b square minus 4ac is less than 0 in which particular case, in which option basically. Here we can see that x square plus 6, so x square plus 6 equal to 0. So this implies x square is equal to minus 6, and this further implies that x equals to root over minus 6, which is not real. Hence we can simply say directly even that this particular option will have the non-real zeros here. Very simple. So here we need not to check by using b square minus 4ac. We can simply check this particular option because it does not contain the term x. So we can simply write it this way and say that this particular equation or this particular polynomial will have non-zero or non-real zero, sorry. Now let's move towards question number 5. So student, this is our question number 5, which states that which conditions must be true for a quadratic polynomial ax square to have exactly one real zero. As we know that discriminant, if your discriminant b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, that means in the quadratic formula, which is minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac upon 2a, if this term is 0, right, if this term is 0, then you will have only this particular number. That means it is going to give you only 1 0. Very simple. So here we have option number C, which matches our concept, that is b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. So students, that was the last question of this particular case study. We are going to meet in our next videos with different case studies. I hope you like the video. If you like the video, then you can please share and subscribe our channel so that other students will also get benefited, and by subscribing our channel you can directly support our NGO, which is Udgam Welfare Foundation. Now we are going to meet in our next video. Till then, goodbye and take care.